Hey everybody, Curseius here. Welcome back to the Stormfall saga of survival. So, anyways, I noticed, actually a lot of people ask because they don't understand what the Circle of Power is here. The Circle of Power is a place where you take items and you break them down into these tokens right here. Now, the tokens are used in the store here under the Special tab in the Protection tab here. And you buy spawners here for just for tokens. Like I bought that Goblin Leader spawner and it should be in here, but it's not. Did it show up in my... Does it show up here probably? Yes, it does. Okay. There it is. And you go here and you kind of just take the Goblin Leader spawner and you set it down like right there. That's fine, and it will spawn a Goblin Leader when somebody attacks your base. Pretty simple, right? Anyway, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Circle of Power and how it gives you tokens. Well, there's a lot of you put any item, almost any item. There's actually only one item I found you cannot break down, and it is the shrine keys. You can't break these down into tokens. It won't let you. But anyways, though, every other item has a value to this Circle of Power and will take a certain amount of time when you put it in there. Now, today I'm going to discuss every item I have, which ones are worth breaking down, and which ones, based on availability, you should never break down, and if you do, you should just have given them to me instead. Anyways, so here we go. Starting with what's in my inventory first. We have Mad Laugh Spirits. They are worth 2 tokens. This is very widely available because you can craft it. But you do craft it out of the ale. The ale and something else. No, mead and a full water skin. So really, it's not really worth the craft just to break them down, because you're crafting it out of 2 items that only give you 1 token each. So anyways, the Mysterious Necklaces are worth 4 tokens. These are uncommon and needed for a lot of pretty important crafts. Can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know it's needed for more than a few crafts. I'm gonna double check that right now. And like yep, it's here for the 2-star hood, but it's needed for some crafts. So I wouldn't personally break these down based on availability, since they're a little uncommon. Travel casks are 6 tokens a piece. You can get these in the catacombs in the dungeon. I would say if you've got a few stacks of these laying around, go ahead, break them down, because you can always go to the catacombs and get more. But also, though, these are needed for certain things too. So if you need them, don't break them down. If you don't need them, break them down. Heavy Pelt is 4 tokens each, and considering that Heavy Pelt is made from... I forget what it's made from. Can't expect me to remember everything. Heavy Pelt is made from 2 pelts, 1 iron nails, and 2 rope. I don't see it as being a worthwhile item to break down. You should just keep all your Heavy Pelt. It's based on value. There's just no value in the items that are... There's no individual value in the items used to craft it versus what it's worth. Anyways, the Empty Amulet is worth 10. The Empty Amulets are needed to craft certain weapons, like the Pyromancer's Ring. Personally, I wouldn't break these down. They are pretty important to keep if you want a cheap weapon. Next, Rune of Nature, 65 tokens each. That's a lot of tokens, but unfortunately these things are rare and hard to craft. Don't break them down. Same thing with the Rune of Destruction here. 153 tokens, but again, rare and hard to craft. Don't break it down. The Rune of Power I have 7 of them. I think they were 55 each. 1 second here. I have them right here, actually. I wrote them all down. Rune of Power. Rune of Power. I have you written down. But where are you? The Rune of Power. 90 tokens. Like, I just didn't want to do math, okay? These are 90 tokens a piece. Again, rare. Don't break it down. Same with the Fire Rune. It's rare. Don't break it down. It's 47 tokens. Heavy Cloth is worth 3 apiece, and you can reliably craft a lot of this, but again, with the items that you're using to craft it versus what it's worth, not worth it. Next, we have saddle parts. These are the horse stable items, which are used to finish off your horse stable. So if you have already finished off your horse stable, like me, then you can turn these in for 8 tokens a piece. Pretty good. So anyways, wagon supplies. This one surprised me, how much it's worth. The wagon supplies, just so you know, they're used to craft, finish off your wagon here, your peddler's wagon, which you only need 1 of them to do this. So, you know, after you have the 1 and you put it in your peddler's wagon, you don't need these anymore. At least for right now. You could need them later for something else, but these are worth 180 a piece. And I've got like 5 of these. That's insane. So if you don't need these, break it down. If you need them, keep the 1 and then break the rest. Anyways, gold ore, 24 piece. This is rare. This is a hard find in the world. Do not break it down. It's not worth it. Moranian ore, 40 a piece. Again, this is rare. Do not break it down. Do not be stupid. Iron plates, 28 a piece. Considering the items used are anthracite, water barrels, and iron bars, these are a little expensive to break down. But I mean, like, if you can reliably craft a ton of these, break them down. But otherwise, you probably shouldn't. Amulet of Power, 38 a piece. Now, again, this is pretty rare to find in the world map. I wouldn't break these down unless you don't actually need them. Chainweave, 36 a piece. Again, this is a pretty uncommon to rare drop in the world. I wouldn't break these down if you could help it. And I think you can craft these, can't you? I'm going to double check that. Not here. Not here. Okay, no, I guess you can't craft those. Or can you? Hold on. I'm checking all my things here. Oh, yeah, you can. 1 iron plate, 1 anthracite, 1 sinew. Iron plate's 10, sinew's 5. How much was the anthracite? Like 2 or 4? 3. So that's 3, 10, and 5. 18. Wow, okay, based on value... Okay, based on value, these are worth it to break down. You should craft a ton of these and break them down. I just did the value in my head, and like one of these is only like 18 tokens worth of items. So yeah, that's worth it to break down. Cylinders, 18 tokens. Again, I think you craft these, don't you? Like anything that's craftable is generally pretty okay, but I have to double check that. And no, you can't. Oh, you can craft the Amulet of Power. Oh no, that's an empty amulet. Never mind. But nope, you cannot craft the cylinder. So cylinders are a pretty rare drop in the world. As far as I've seen, I wouldn't break these down unless you don't need them. Brimstone. Now this is my opinion here is going to be controversial, but these are worth 40 a piece, and you need these for a lot of building upgrades. But for me, though, I've got a ton of it. So, you know, one stack is 800 tokens. And I like that. So anyways, and then the magic dust here is 11 apiece. Magic dust is actually, you can get this pretty reliably now. It is a part of you can get it dropped from golems, specifically the fire and ice golems on the second level of the catacombs. And, well, actually, it's just fire golems in the catacombs, but you can still get it from them. And the fire and ice golems on the second level of the cursed forest. So go there, get those, go to those places, and you can get a ton of this dust. They drop it pretty uncommonly, but probably often enough, I would think, to where you could get enough of it. All right, so next, we're going to go ahead and replace everything that's here. Just like so. And yep, okay, and then we'll just replace all this. Again, this is like all the items I have. So after I run out of stuff, that is it. Damn it, I forgot where I put the rest of this stuff. That. Okay, and we're good to go. Next here, we have oak planks. Oak planks are worth 15 apiece. Overall, the value is there to craft these and then break them down. But also, you know, it's pretty expensive to craft the oil to craft the oak planks. So I wouldn't do it personally. But the value is there. Elm planks, 56 apiece. Pretty good, but again, pretty expensive to craft. Oak logs, 3 tokens apiece. Respectable. And that's 60 per stack, so it's not bad. Steel grain, this is 14 apiece. This is a rare item. Do not break it down. Again, repeat, do not break this down. This is a rare item and hard to get. Gemstones, 20 apiece. This is a rare item. Again, do not break it down. Well, it's not that rare. I would say this is an uncommon rare, kind of. But I still wouldn't break this down because these are needed. Sinew, 5 apiece. That's 100 per stack. Early game, if you're in the early game of this game, do not break these down. You need these. You need sinew. You need a lot of it for a lot of stuff. But if you're in the late game like me, you can get this stuff like freaking like popcorn. Okay, so you can break these down in the late game. Whetstones, 22 apiece, but these are a pain in the ass to craft. I would personally not break these down. Liquid fire, 43 apiece. These are pretty rare, but I guess, you know, if you have a ton of it and you don't need it, actually you can craft these, can't you? Liquid fire. Yes, you can. You can craft these. 2 Mad Laughs, 1 Brimstone. So I can do the math on that now, whether or not that's worth it. 2 Mad. Oh yeah, that's absolutely worth it. You could actually craft 20 of these. Yeah, the value is way there. The value is way there to craft these and break them down. Anyway. Old artifacts, 3 apiece. These are kind of an uncommon-ish drop. I wouldn't break these down if I were you. Holy symbols, 300 apiece. This is a rare item. You need these. Do not break these down. But wow, is it tempting though. It is tempting. Steel bars, 17 apiece. It's actually not that bad to craft a bunch of these and break them down. But again, though, these are pretty needed to make some good weapons. So I wouldn't personally break them down. Gold bar. This is a rare item. 77 tokens apiece. Still, again, rare item. Don't break it down unless you have a ton of it that you do not need. In that case, bring it to me. Anyway. Copper bars, 10 apiece. Early game, you kind of need these to craft Pyromancer's rings. Late game, like me, well, in the mid-late game here, I'd break down a couple stacks, I guess. But I would still keep more than a few around. Meteorite bar, 45 apiece. This is a rare item. Do not break it down. Do not be stupid. Belts, 8 apiece. The value is there to craft these. And in fact, by the way, anything I do not mention in this video, either I don't have it, it's can't be broken down, or it's just one token, and it's not worth mentioning. But the value for these, I guess it's kind of there. If you want to break down, craft and break down a full stack, that's 160 tokens. So that's not too bad. And also, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button if you like what I'm doing for you here. Now, Horseshoes. This is a stable item. If you have completed your stable, feel free to break these down for 10 tokens apiece. Reins. Horse stable item again. If you have completed your stable, break these down for 40 tokens apiece. Cylinder. Did I already do the cylinder? I did. 18 apiece. And the horse saddle pouch. This is a horse stable item. Again, if you have completed your horse stable, break these down for 80 apiece. And the enchanted ointment here is 22. You can craft these, and actually that is worth it. Like, way worth it, I think. 4 of these. 1 of those. 2 of those. Actually, I don't think the value is entirely there. But it's probably still kind of worth it. But I still wouldn't, personally. It's a little complicated to craft those. Anyway. So we're going to go ahead and dump stuff now, because I can. And now I got to find where I put the rest of the items. Yeah, baby. Anyway. Because I'm so bad at organizing. These cores. I don't think I did these cores. Did all that. Did all that. I did the rune. This. I can recognize what I haven't touched yet. And by the way, yeah, this is like all... Oh, you know what? I didn't look at the small saddlebags. And there we go. Did I do the spur? Yeah, I think I did. Anyway. So, anyways, now we continue with the nature core, 16 apiece. These are rare and hard to craft. Do not break these down. Fire cores, 31 apiece. Again, rare and hard to craft. Do not break these down. Heavy linen, 11 apiece. Not too hard to craft, but I don't think the value is there to craft these and break them down. Spurs, 20 apiece. Again, horse stable item. If you've completed the horse stable, break them down. The brimstones, or infernal essence, 80 apiece. These are a rare, pretty rare item. Do not break them down. You need them, probably. I don't remember what for. I think for building upgrades. Clay bricks, 11 apiece. I do not believe the value versus time is there to break these down. But if you have a ton of clay brick, then feel free to bring it to me and give it to me instead. Anyways, oil, 10 apiece. I don't believe the value versus time is there to craft these and break them down. Now the horse small saddlebag, 100 apiece. Damn. So, you know, if you already have 2 small saddles on your horse, then break down the rest of your small saddlebags. That's nice. Is there anything else that I didn't look at? Oh, keys. That's right. You can actually break down the keys you get from the undead. Can't break down the shrine keys, though, but keys are worth 11 apiece. And if you don't need the stuff that's in the glowing chest in the catacombs, feel free to break down your keys for 11 apiece. But I wouldn't. I would just keep your keys and work on them. I think these are 1 apiece. I'm going to double check again, though. Yeah, those are 1 apiece. So, yeah, anything, like I said, anything I haven't mentioned is 1 point apiece. and not worth breaking down. And I think that is all that I have. Oh yeah, that's right, these. I wasn't going to mention these, but they're worth mentioning, even though they're really expensive to craft. Stone slabs, 155 apiece, hard to craft, really rare to come across in the world. Do not break them down. The Blessed Waters, 3 apiece, but time versus effort is not there. So you just got to figure out, too, like, of the things you can craft and break down, you got to figure out what's, you know, what's there versus time versus effort to craft them. And just don't break down things that you really don't need. Because, like, you can break down weapons. Like, weapons and stuff, you know, it's all depending on how much is left on the charges. So, you know, I can't really give an informed opinion on weapons and stuff that are partially broken. But, and like I said, anything I haven't mentioned, though, is 1 point can't be broken down, or I just don't have it. And, are you not... I hate you. Oh my gosh. And I hate you, BlueStacks. Okay, there we go. I accidentally turned BlueStacks full screen. I didn't want to do that. And is there anything here? I don't think the meat is worth more than 1 point, but I can double check that because it is craftable with multiple items. Now it's 1 point. Like I said, not worth it. So, anyways, though, that's all the time I have for, though, right now. If you enjoyed this list, knowing what you can craft, what you can't craft, then hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that cool stuff for me. And just remember that the levels on the Circle of Power are for bonus items. Items that will give you double the tokens. Anyways, though, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.